Brothers in rock.
What's up, sis? How you doing? Right? Look, y'all said y'all was African American. Look where that term came from, right? This man's name was Leo Scipio Africanus. That's where you get Africa from, right? And America Vespucci. That's where you get America from. Do y'all look like any of these people?
I know Africa was a black nation.
Yeah, it is a black nation. We talk about the name.
The name.
Oh,
Where that name derived from.
I mean, so you're saying a white man named Africa?
Yes.
Yeah. Leo Scipio
That's right there. Leo Scipio Africanus.
That's what Africa.
He was a Roman general. They had conquered Hannibal in the Second Punic Wars. That's where you get that name Africa from.
Damn.
And America Vespucci, that's where you get America from. So if you descend from, y'all can't descend from these two people. So that's how we asking you, what is your nationality? And how do we determine?
I want to say Ethiopian.
You're Ethiopian? Give me Zephaniah chapter 2. You believe in the Bible? Y'all believe in the Bible? Let me show you what's going to happen to the Ethiopians. Zephaniah chapter 2.
I should have bought the recorder.
That's all right. It's going to be on R94 Israel Rising. You can check it out on YouTube. Yeah?
It's on the back of that flyer. It's going to show you.
It's the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 12.
You don't want to be an Ethiopian because this was going to happen to them.
Yea, ye Ethiopians also, ye shall be slain by my sword.
That's God's sword. That's Christ's sword. So when Christ come back, he's going to...
Well, what is we? We is
Good
All
question.
praise.
That's
right.
That's a good question. Watch this.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 1, verse 3. The ox knows his owner,
He said an ox is a dumb animal, but an ox knows who his owner is.
and the ass his master's crib.
The ass is another dumb animal, but he knows his land mass, right?
But Israel,
But who?
Israel, do not know.
But Israelites don't know.
My people
God's people are the Israelites.
do not consider.
They never even consider who they are.
So we Israelites.
You getting it? I'm gonna prove it though. Hold on. Y'all heard of Moses. Moses split the Red Sea, brought the children of Israel out of Egypt, right? What did he do to the Egyptians?
He killed me, slew me.
He killed them. So that's showing that this God ain't for everybody. If he killed the Egyptians, for the
That's
Israelites.
Pharaoh.
Well, not just Pharaoh and his people,
Right,
the
right.
Egyptians, right? Now, look, check this out. This is what Moses brought him to the wilderness. Check this out. This is going to prove that we're not lying what we're saying. Go ahead.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel on this side of Jordan in the wilderness.
So he took the Israelites, he brought them to the wilderness. Look what he tells them, 28:1.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 1.
Y'all believe everybody was created equal? She do. Hold on. We got
Yeah,
confusion now.
yeah. God created every man equal. Everybody.
Now check this out. This is talking to the Israelites, right? Check this out.
The book of Deuteronomy,
Check
chapter
this out.
28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments,
He telling the Israelites, if you observe and do all his commandments,
which I command thee this day,
Uh-huh.
that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
does that sound like equality?
No, it's in like superior and inferior.
Go to Deuteronomy 7 and 6. That's right.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6.
Talking to the Israelites, right?
But thou art a holy people
He said the Israelites are holy people.
unto the Lord thy God.
Uh-huh.
The Lord thy God has chosen thee
The Lord thy God chose the Israelites.
That's right.
to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
So he said the Israelites are above all people that's on the face of the earth. But do it look like we're above anybody right now? Because I'm saying we're the Israelites. Do it look like we're above anybody right now? Well, let's find out why.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15.
Check this out.
But it shall come to pass,
Uh-huh.
if thou wilt not hearken
He said if you don't listen,
unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments
the key is the commandments.
and his statutes, which I command thee this day,
Uh-huh.
that all these curses,
All these what?
curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
He said these curses gonna come on these people, right?
So my ideology is this. I think black people suffer the most from the curses because I think they're the most disobedient ones.
Let's find out the biggest curse, right? How did we get here on this side of the planet?
Well, by slavery.
Slavery. What mode of transit? Did we take a plane over here?
Oh, no, Planet Rock.
I know. How did we get here? What mode of
A
transportation?
boat.
A boat. This is one of the curses.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68.
Now, this is Moses talking to the children of Israel in the wilderness, right? This happened over 4,000 years ago.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
He said, the Lord, this is one of the curses, said the Lord gonna bring you into Egypt again. What we were doing in Egypt, when the Israelites was in Egypt, what were they doing? They was in servitude, right? Show them what Egypt means,
It's
right?
the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 2.
I'm gonna show you what it means.
I am the Lord
What?
thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt,
Out of the land of Egypt,
out of the house
Slavery.
of bondage.
that's right, out of the house of bondage. So, house of bondage or slavery, right? Go back to the curses.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68 from the top. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt
He
again
said the Lord gonna bring you into Egypt or slavery again, but this time he gonna bring you
with ships,
With what?
with ships,
with boats or ships, right?
by the way of I spake unto thee.
He said the same way I'm telling you, it's the same way it's gonna happen.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
He said, and you're not gonna see your homeland anymore either.
And there
He said, once you got off them slave ships,
ye shall be sold
he said you're gonna be sold
unto your enemies.
to your friends. He
Enemies
said you're gonna be sold to your enemies,
for bondmen
a slave man,
and bondwomen,
a slave woman.
and no man shall buy you.
He said no man's gonna buy you. Who did that happen to? Look at this. That's what happened. He said we was gonna be sold to our enemies on off slave. Now that happened over 4,000 years ago. Who did that happen to?
The Israelites.
That's
Oh,
right.
praise.
So what did that make you? Didn't your ancestors go through that? So what does that make you?
Israelites.
All praise.
So you're not African American. You're not
Israelite.
black.
You're not Muslim.
Negro.
Not Muslim.
Not Muslim.
Muslim is a religion.
Arab.
You don't want to
Islam.
be a that. Give me yeah.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 64.
This is one of the curses, right?
And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people,
That's what the Lord did because we won't keep his laws. He scattered us among all the nations, right?
from one end of the earth unto the other.
Uh-huh.
And there thou shalt serve other gods.
Now, he said, now our people are serving other gods.
Right.
We serving white man Jesus right now.
Right.
They serving white man Jesus. They serving Muslim, the Arab, the kissing a rock, Allah, and all that foolishness, right?
Which neither thou nor thy fathers have known.
Our fathers never did none of that stuff. We always knew that our God was black. We always knew that. Y'all know that Christ is black, right? All right.
Even wood and
Wood,
stone.
Christianity, stone is the Muslim religion because they circle that cobblestone, right? So he said that was a prophecy. If y'all don't keep my commandments, all these things, all these curses gonna come on you.
So when the curse gonna end?
Good. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass,
Uh-huh.
if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
Uh-huh.
That's
to
the problem.
observe and to do all
That's the
his commandments.
Wow.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's the hardest one.
That's right.
That's why we continue to be in bondage, because we don't want to.
Keep his commandments.
That's it, bro.
A lot
That's
of us
the
don't
problem.
know his
brother.
commandments. Let me read a few commandments now.
Yeah, I just read them up here.
Well, they ain't got them in there. They got a paper in there with the, we're gonna give it to them.
But these original commandments?
That's the first
Those
10.
are-
They got 613.
They have
commandments.
buku commandments.
Oh well.
Now open that up, right? Let's go through a few of them.
Why don't you read something?
Go ahead and read what that is. Read them 10 commandments right quick.
Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
Uh-huh. Go ahead.
Thou shalt not worship any graven image.
Uh-huh.
Thou shalt not take God's name in vain.
Uh-huh.
Remember the Sabbath to keep it holy.
That's today. Sabbath day we're supposed to keep that holy. No one's supposed to keep that. That's even in the tent. Keep going.
Honor thy father and thy mother.
Uh-huh.
Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness. Thou shalt not covet.
Can we rate? Boy, that ain't in there. Go ahead. Check this out.
It's the book of Mark.
That's a go.
It's the book of Mark, chapter 10, verse 19. Thou knowest the commandments.
Uh-huh.
Do not commit adultery.
Do not commit adultery.
Do not kill.
Uh-huh.
Do not steal.
Saying the same thing that you just said.
Do not bear false witness.
Don't lie.
Defraud not.
Where's that in there? Open that back up. It said defraud not. What is it in there? Do it say defraud not?
No.
Now let's show you where it's at. You about to show you. You're going to go back to the law, showing you that it's more than 10 commandments.
Oh, white folks, fraud is their number one habit.
Yeah. Watch this.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 13.
Leviticus chapter 19, because he also gave us dietary laws, right?
Or eating.
Yeah, when we eat, right? Check this out.
Thou shalt not defraud thy neighbor.
He said you don't supposed to defraud your neighbor. So that's in Leviticus, showing you there's more than just 10. There's over 600 commandments that we're supposed to keep, right? Just like, Leviticus 19:27. Check this law out. Check this law. I got you.
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 27. Ye shall not round the corners of your head.
You don't supposed to shave your head.
Neither shalt thou mar the corners of thy beard.
You don't supposed to shave your beard.
So man ain't supposed to say?
Go to Leviticus 21.
Look at my head. See, I still got hair right there, but I got a bald spot right there. You gotta have hair on around your head.
Yeah,
Can't have it fully bald like that.
It's the book,
Like
it's
it?
the book of Leviticus, chapter 21, verse 5. They shall not make baldness upon their head.
You can't make baldness on your head. You can't shave it.
Neither shall they shave off the corners of their beard,
You can't shave your beard either.
nor make any cuttings in their flesh.
That means tattoos. You can't get those either. Nope. Give me Deuteronomy 22.
You can repent from all of that. See, I got tattoos and all that. You can repent from that though.
Yeah.
Don't do no more. Grow your beard and your hair on your head.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
If we was out here with dresses on, what would y'all think if we got the Bible? Would y'all believe any damn thing we saying? We out here with skirts on, twisted with lipstick on?
No.
Read that again. What y'all think that means?
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. For all that do so are an abomination unto the Lord thy God.
He said that's abominable. Abominable means that God hates that thing. Hates it with all.
Sin.
Go to 1 Timothy
Sin.
2. Check this out.
Abomination.
Because even if they would say that, well, these are girl shorts. I can wear these girl shorts, right? Because God don't want women in pants. He's going, our women were the baddest thing on this planet.
Special. Very
And
special.
y'all supposed to wear dresses because y'all queens and princesses, right? Check this out.
It's the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 2, verse 9. In like manner also, the women adorn themselves in modest apparel.
Meaning that a woman's supposed to be modestly dressed. You're supposed to be showing your shape. Because what it does is bring on lust from other brothers and stuff like that. Man wouldn't want nobody lusting after his wife or his woman.
Right.
You know? So that's
right.
why we have all this adultery going on. Our children, you know, because if y'all got children, your daughter might see you dressed like that. She dressed like that. That's why we got teenage pregnancies and different things like that. Because we won't keep God's laws.
Not to cut y'all. Last night we was coming to the store, and they were about 11:30, and they're like a girl walking across the street, and she was real young, right? You can see she's more than what, 15, 16? They say, hey, how you doing? She said, my mama just put me out at 15, 16 years old.
Wow.
Crazy. Oh, bro.
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 29. Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore,
He said you don't supposed to prostitute your daughter to be a whore.
lest the land fall with whoredom,
Wow.
and the land become full of wickedness.
And that's what's going on. So a man might see that woman and then it goes into
Like that little girl last night.
Right.
You know, she's about 16 years old, she's more than trafficking. You know what I'm saying?
It's the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 18.
Check this out.
What profit the graven image?
The graven image. A graven image is an image that we bow down to, right?
That the maker thereof have graven it. The molten image.
The molten image,
A teacher of lies.
a teacher of lies,
The maker of his work. Trust therein. To make dumb idols.
to make dumb idols. That's like a cross, right? See those crosses and stuff like that? We don't supposed to wear those. Those are. Go ahead.
Woe unto him that said to the wood, awake, to the dumb stone, arise.
That work to the wood is going into the cross. And the dumb stone is talking about the Kaaba stone, right?
Arise, it shall teach behold, it is laid over with gold and silver, and there is no breath at it in the midst of it.
So it's showing you it's no profit in us having those things on. What it is, I think it's Deuteronomy 7. Oh, yeah.
Showing that curse too. Why the woman put her daughter out last night, Deuteronomy 20:56.
Yeah, man, the girl had to beat them up 15, 16 years
I'm gonna show you the curse. I'm gonna show you the curse there. There's a curse on us. Why you did that?
Oh, yeah?
It's the book of Deuteronomy.
Oh, mama?
7 about the 7.
We're gonna read the curse to you. Show you that God put that curse on us to do that towards our children. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna see that. You're gonna see that in other nations, but not as much as our nation.
Yeah, listen, after
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 25. The graven images.
Graven images talk about the crosses and stuff. Now this is an ephod. We always had ephods. The priests had ephods, right? With the graven image like the cross, God never gave us Christianity. He gave us laws. He never gave us religion. Never gave us Christianity, white man, Jesus, none of that. We learned all of that in slavery. Right here. We learned all of this in slavery. Bless you. Bless you.
Of their God, ye shall burn with fire.
You shall do what?
Burn with fire.
He said you're supposed to burn those crosses with fire.
Thou shalt not desire the silver or gold
You don't want even the silver or gold of it.
that is on them, nor take it unto thee, lest thou be a snare therein.
So it's a snare that in to have those graven images. Oh, okay. Go to Deuteronomy 28:1 and 28 and what?
56.
56. Showing you about the sister that was
Kicked out last
kicked
night.
out.
Oh, all right.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 56.
Uh-huh.
The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not venture to set a sole of her foot unto the ground, and delicate and tenderness, her eyes shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom.
So showing you those curses, our women was gonna hate our husbands,
And towards her son, and towards her daughter.
and she was gonna hate her daughter as well. Yeah. So it's just showing you the curses that we're suffering, showing you that we are the Israelites. So how do we get out of these? How do we get out of these curses?
Being obedient, obeying the commandments.
Right. So those commandments that we just gave you, right?
Right.
Y'all are doing. They look easy. They sound
crazy.
easy, right? So you don't mind wearing a dress?
No problem. I will, Jerry.
All praise.
All right.
All praise.
Well,
All praise.
when you dress, you got to do this too. Numbers 15. It's something that you got to do on your shirt too. Y'all notice something about our attire? All three of us got on.
Yes.
Mine is the lion. See these things right here?
Yeah.
Show you where that came from.
It's the book of Numbers, chapter 15, verse 37. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes
These are what they call fringes.
Oh, yeah?
in the borders of their garments throughout their generations.
As long as we generate, we're supposed to wear these,
And
right?
then they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue,
That's why we all got the blue ribbon. It could be any color blue though.
and it shall be unto you for a fringe,
It's gonna tell you why. It's gonna be unto you for a friend.
that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord
And what?
and do them.
So it's like a reminder. So like if you about to do a particular thing that you know is wicked as hell, your fringes is like a reminder of no, I gotta keep God's laws. So it's like the Most High is with you all the time because it's gonna keep you on the straight and narrow.
Oh, all right.
And it's on all of your garments, you know, and that's what you're supposed to wear.
Oh, all right.
So that's a law. Give me like how many gates to heaven, right? To show y'all how important y'all. How many gates are there? I want y'all to talk.
I heard one.
One. Right. Heaven is for everybody, right? Check this out to show y'all how important y'all are. It's gonna blow y'all mind.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 21, verse 10.
This is the second to the last book of the Bible, right?
And he carried me away in the spirit.
Now this is John on the island of Patmos. The Spirit kept Christ carried him away in the Spirit, right?
To a great and high mountain, and showed me that great city, the holy Jerusalem, descending out of heaven.
Because we're not gonna live off in space anywhere. We're actually gonna live right here on earth when Christ comes back, right?
Descended out of heaven from God,
Uh-huh.
having the glory of God, and her light was like unto a stone most precious,
Showing you how beautiful the kingdom of heaven is going to be.
That's right.
even like a jasper stone, clear as
It's
crystal.
going to be beautiful.
Verse 12, and had a wall great and
It
high,
had a wall great and high.
and had 12 gates.
How many gates?
12 gates.
One gate.
12 gates.
It had 12 gates. Why y'all think they had 12 gates?
The 12 Israelites. The tribe of 12 tribes, the Israelites.
And at the gates 12 angels, and the names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel.
So that's why. That's heaven. So if you're not on this sign, you're not even getting in there. Who don't y'all see on that sign?
Christianity, Jesus.
No. Listen what it says.
Those are
right?
nations.
This
Oh,
is
the
nation.
Oh, America?
This is what, right.
Judah.
This is what the Bible calls us. Right? If you like so-called African American, you will be an Israelite from the tribe of Judah.
Right.
Christ comes from this tribe, right? It is Benjamin, Levi, Ephraim on down. These are the 12 tribes of Israel. Now this is what America calls us: African, Black, West Indian, which are Jamaicans, Haitians, Puerto Ricans. All of these are proverbs about. Give me that curse. Deuteronomy 28. That's 20. That is 28. Check out. This is one of the curses.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 37. And thou shalt become an
He
astonishment.
said that because we won't keep God's laws, we're gonna be astonishment. Like
right.
the white folks gonna look at us like these niggas look, they doing bad. You know, astonishment. They're like amazed how horrible we're doing, right?
A proverb.
And a proverb is like anything you won't hide from a nigga, you put it in a book. That's a proverb, right?
And a
A
byword.
byword is African American. That's a byword. That because we're not African Americans, right?
Among all nations.
And that's our curse. Among all the nations, they laughing at us, right?
For the Lord shall lead thee.
And that's one of the curses that came on us, right? Now this is what God calls us, and this is what the nations call us. African American, Ephraim, all those things are terms of derogatory meanings, right? So what I'm trying to get you to see is these, give me what Israel means to show y'all how important y'all. Let me show y'all that right now. I'm gonna go back.
So y'all from the tribe of Judah, right? Y'all call yourself African American, right? So y'all Jews. Y'all the real Jews.
Right. Check this out.
It's the book of Genesis, chapter 32, verse 27. And he said unto him, what is thy name?
The him is Jacob, is our forefather Jacob, because God always said, I'm the father of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's right. Jacob's name was changed to Israel, and this is why he was changing his name. That's the angel changing his name, right?
And he said, Jacob. And he said, thy name shall be called no more Jacob,
He said, your name not going to be called Jacob anymore.
but Israel.
But who?
Israel. For as a prince
Now this is what Israel means. He said, as a prince or princess,
have thy power with God
they have power with God
and with men,
and with men,
and has prevailed.
meaning that the Israelites are ultimately going to win, no matter what. So as we're at the low state right now, ultimately we're going to be ruling.
That's right.
We're gonna ride.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're gonna ride.